this at? Ah, man, I'm gonna put these T-Wolves at. You know, my air purifier. All right, I need to organize this part over here. Hey! I'm a little rough today. All right, that was my thumbnail for today. The ICOM IC PCR 100. Okay, this is computer control. It's not an SDR. People call it SDR. It's not, this is a predecessor before the SDR. I mean, when it came out, there was already a couple of SDRs out already, actually. But this is kind of like the predecessor. I wish ICOM would get, well, they do make SDR in the radios. You know, you could say it is, yeah, it is SDR. What am I saying? But anyway, this is a predecessor before that. All right. So let me just fix this. I need to put some kind of, I didn't bring my tie wraps. Tie wraps. I don't have no tie wraps up here. Good. Damn it, I don't got no tie wraps up here. Ah. No tie wraps. No tie wraps. I'm gonna have to go get tie wraps. I'm gonna tidy this thing up. Now I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some tie wraps and a clipper. Even I'm gonna diagonal cutters. Puffing and puffing. Wow. Huh. Going up these stairs. Tie wraps. Dikes. Well, diagonal cutters, but no, we call them dikes. All right. Let me see. The audio is okay. Audio. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to tidy up here. So I said, let me do a live stream while I'm tidying up here today. And I made my contact. Oh, nice. I made a contact from Cyprus. Ooh, let me log him in. 10 meters. FT8. Gotta take care of that first. Okay, so let me look up his call sign. Wow. Hello, Maestro. Good morning. Yeah, I just gonna do a surprise stream today. I won't be on for a couple of hours because I'm picking up here and it's boring by myself. So I might as well come up back and forth and I'll talk to you guys. Anyone want to keep me company? All right, so what is this call sign? 5B 4 AMM. AMM. And let's look them up. Why is it Ukraine? Let me see. What? Ukraine? No. Why is it located in Cyprus? 5B4. Yeah, 5B4 AA. 5B4 AMM. Oh, you guys are, whoa. Let me look at his logbook. Okay. Really? Let me double check. I don't know my glasses, so let me see. Chico. KM65. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, yes, I was born in Puerto Rico. And I was raised in the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx for almost most of my life, and then I moved to Yonkers in 2013. So I've been here now almost 10 years. Well, 10 years coming up in December. I'll be here 10 years. Okay, so I'm going to log him. And let me put a signal report. Plus 000. Sorry. But yeah, I was born in Puerto Rico. I was born in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, if you're familiar with Puerto Rico, which is what they call the Área Metropolitana. So now Rio Piedras is kind of part of San Juan now. It's like the whole San Juan like expanded. It was a suburb of San Juan. Now it's like San Juan is the gobble up the whole thing. It's the most populated part of Puerto Rico. Oh, okay. I just read you. Why you delete? You don't have to delete your comment. So you was born in Cagua? Okay, I know where's that. I know where's Cagua. Cagua is further south from where I went back in '77 for 2 years. My mother decided to move back to Puerto Rico because she didn't like the Bronx. I guess we grew up poor, and she thought it was going to be better for us in Puerto Rico, but it turned out to be worse for us in Puerto Rico. So we came back to New York in 1979. I went there 77 to 79. I came back. That's when I learned my Spanish. Because my Spanish, when I was 8 or 9, it was not that good. Even though my mother never, she doesn't speak English. She never spoke English till the day she passed away. But she did the best she can. I mean, she was old school. I grew up in the South Bronx most of my life, and then I moved up further the other side of the Bronx. But we grew up on welfare. I grew up on food stamps. I've been homeless twice as a kid. We had to stay in those hotels where the migrants are at now. Where the migrants staying at, those homeless hotels, that's where I stood. I've been there. I've been in those hotels, sleeping in a cot. I stood at 2 hotels, 2 welfare hotels, and one of them was called the Hotel Martinique. It was in 34th Street, right across the street from Macy's, around Macy's. Yeah. So I remember watching the Thanksgiving parade going by, and I was in a hotel window as a kid. And then the other hotel we stood at was right near Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, not this new one, the old one, on the Grand Concourse and 161st Street, right there. There's a hotel. It's still there, the hotel. And there's a famous hotel. JFK stood at that hotel. JFK, and it was a famous hotel. I was there for a couple of months, and then finally I settled on around Fordham Road and Burnside and Walton Avenue. That's why I settled on Walton Avenue. So let me log in this. So it's Cyprus. Oh, it is Cyprus. Okay, good. Cyprus. So I got a new country. Yay! New country, baby. Cyprus. I show you right there. FTA. Cyprus. New country for me. 10 meters is booming today. Right now, it's booming. According to the right there, 10 meters. Very good. Look, very active. I mean, propagation is very good today. So there you go. 10 meters, very active right now. So I'm gonna go back and click. So I got Cyprus, baby. That's good. I'll take it. Take it. Let me see this one. Let me contact that one. This one say what? It just says he's on 17. So it's in yellow. That means that I need that one. I mean, not yellow, like a beige. Yeah, I like the snow too. I don't like it as much as I used to when I was a kid. But I still enjoy it. My son too, he enjoys it. Yeah, so Cagua. I know it. I remember Cagua. My mother was from Jayuya, which is the other side of the island, in the middle of the island. It's the most mountainous part of the island. As a matter of fact, where my mother's hometown, is the highest point in Puerto Rico. It's over 4,000 feet high. The highest mountains are there. So it's almost a mile up. It's 4,000 feet. A mile is about 5,000 inches. So it's almost a mile high. It's 4,000 feet. That's pretty high. And I remember when my mother took me there as a kid to visit my grandmother. And wow, I mean, just driving up the mountain, you know. And one day I want to go back and take my son. My son, he's 8 years old now. I want to take him to Puerto Rico. I want him to know his roots. My wife was born in Suriname in South America. She speaks Dutch. She knows a little Spanish. Of course, married to me. She's Indian. Her relatives are from India. So my son is part Indian, Hindu, and he's part Puerto Rican. And what a combination. But he's a smart boy. He's in school right now. So I said, I'm gonna just pick up here. My mom was born in San Lorenzo. Oh, San Lorenzo. San Lorenzo. Yeah, that's a town. San Lorenzo. It's San Lorenzo. Because I heard of San Lorenzo. San Lorenzo. I don't know if that's spelled right now. It's San, like S-A-N, like Saint Lorenzo. I forgot what part of the island. Let me look at the map of Puerto Rico. I'll tell you what that is. I'm going to put it up over here in this window, and then I'll show you. San Lorenzo. Oh, it's Lorenzo. PR. Puerto Rico. Yeah, San Lorenzo. It's a town in Puerto Rico. So let me put the map. Let me put a Google map. I'm going to zoom out so I can show you where it's at. Oh, so you're not far from Cagua. San Lorenzo. Okay, yeah, look. So there's the map of Puerto Rico, of course. You know that. Okay, so this is Cagua. San Lorenzo is right there. So it's a nearby town. All right. I was born in here, Rio Piedra. It's in here somewhere. Then when I went back in 77, I was here in Trujillo Alto. That's where I was staying at in 77, 79. I used to walk all of this. I used to walk all of this on foot, as a kid. After school, I would walk a lot. I would walk all of this. Imagine as a kid walking from Trujillo Alto all the way to Carolina. That's a 5 mile walk. I used to walk all that as a kid. That's why these kids would never understand what we went through. When I went to school, I walked almost a mile to my school every morning. A mile, almost a mile to my school. I had to walk. I had to walk to school. And then walk back, of course. My mother didn't take me to school. My mother registered me to school, but that's it. I was on my own after that. And I was only, 10? 10 years old? These kids now, my son, when he's 10, I'm still going to be taking him to school. But, we used to walk to school. Since third grade, I used to walk to school. I used to walk with my brother, my older brother. He's 2 years older than me. And then for New York, I was raised. Okay, he was raised in Rochester. Okay, yeah, I passed through that because I've been to Niagara Falls like 6 times, 5 times. Excuse me. I've been to Niagara Falls 5 times. I got married in Niagara Falls, New York. That's where my wife and I got married, right there at the falls, the American Falls. I got married right there, Niagara Falls, New York. I don't have pictures here. I'll show you my picture. My wife and I with the Indian wedding clothes. Yeah. EU, Russia. I don't want to contact Russia. Oh, sorry. I already got a Russian contact. Yeah. The only thing it was cold because it was in November. I wanted to do that because we did it for her father. Her father had passed away, so we got married on his birthday in November in Niagara Falls. So it was freezing in Niagara Falls. At November is already freezing. You can see the icicles all over the trees because the mist. The Niagara Falls. When the falls, it throws a mist in the air. The mist will land on the trees, but I mean, it looks beautiful with the ice. The mist turns into ice when it lands on the trees, and it looks beautiful. It's beautiful, but it was freezing. Hello, Davis Radio Room. Good morning. Yeah, I'm just streaming today because I'm picking up the room and I'm moving stuff back and forth, and I don't want to be bored taking a few things up. So I said, let me just stream today. I'll just talk to you guys for a couple of hours. So 4 people watching, thank you. So anyway, Mindsway, that's the town that you San Lorenzo. Okay, Saint Lorenzo. And then the rest of the island. Let me close. Can I close this? Yeah. Let me zoom out a little bit. So this is Puerto Rico. So that's where when my mother was born is right here. Let me zoom in. It's right here, Jayuya. Which is like very, very rural. This is all rural. This whole, my cousins used to ride on horses and all that. My grandma had goats, all kinds of animals. You name it, they had it. They grow a lot of coffee here too. A lot of coffee is grown in this area. Then the second biggest city in Puerto Rico is Ponce. It's right here. South of the island is Ponce. And that's as far west as I've been to. I've never been to this side of the island. All of this. It's beautiful. I heard beautiful things about Rincon. Cabo Rojo. I heard good things about Cabo Rojo. There's a big German population here, I guess. In this area of the island. They have a lot of German transplants, you want to call them. Okay. One day I want to visit the island again. So you see, the San Juan area is very populated, and this is where I was born here, Rio Piedra. So that's why I was born right here, Rio Piedras. All right, and Puerto Rico is beautiful. I mean, but it has a share of issues. Um, you know, I have hope that maybe one day I might buy a house there or something. I'd like to have a second home there. And Arecibo, of course, all you guys are shortwave listeners and all that. That's where they had that big radio dish. It's right here, Arecibo. So that's where it's at, it's right here. Of course, it got destroyed and then eventually it collapsed. So I don't know if they're ever gonna fix it again. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I mean they should. I guess they needed funding for that. Or maybe Elon Musk has the money. He could put a new one there for his SpaceX and all that stuff. Maybe Elon Musk, maybe you should do a petition for Elon Musk to bring back the Arecibo Observatory. All right, that would be cool. I mean, hey, he got the money, Jeff Bezos too, but I'd rather see Elon Musk take over the Arecibo Observatory. I think that would be cool. Maybe even put a launching pad in Puerto Rico. Have launches from Puerto Rico because I know they launch a lot of rockets from. I'll show you. I know a lot of rockets come from Guyana, French Guyana. Yeah, I know. Regrettably, I know, David. Hello, Bobby. WA 510 S. I mean 5107 SW Morgan City, Louisiana. Yeah, I'm just streaming because I'm just picking up this room. I'm doing a little bit FTA because conditions is very good today. I already made a contact from Cyprus, new country for me, Cyprus. Right, that would be awesome, right? Nice way, rocket from Puerto Rico, rocket launch, because they do launch rockets in Guyana. I know that French Guyana, and of course Suriname is right there. That's where my wife was born. My wife was born here, Suriname, and it goes Guyana. Suriname used to be called Dutch Guyana, but they got their independence in 1978, I believe. So now they're called Suriname. And French Guyana, of course, French Guyana is famous for that movie Papillon. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie with Steve McQueen. Papillon. I'm trying to pronounce it French. Papillon. And he was a prisoner that was sentenced to, I guess life. And even France was sending all their prisoners there. The most worst of the worst, they would send them there to there. And then if they really try to escape, they send them to an island off the coast of there. So he escaped. He escaped twice. I believe it was twice. He got captured. Oh, the ad is okay. The ad is on. Sorry. It's a great movie. If you look it up, it's called Papillon. They wrote a book about it too. People said that it didn't happen, but we don't. It was a true story. He escaped from here. It was a prison camp. He made it all the way to Venezuela, I think, or Colombia. He got captured. Normally, when you escape, the penalty is, yeah, yeah. We've been getting ads for months. Yeah. Finally, you got the ad. Okay, it's random. Yeah. You can put they put ads in between. So the penalty for trying to escape is death. The guillotine. Death by the guillotine. That means they chop your head off. He got captured. He was sent back to French Guyana He did not get executed. But they put him in an island. It's called Devil's Island, I think it's called. It's an island off the coast of French Guiana. No one ever escaped from there. If you escape from there, if you get in that water, most likely you're gonna get eaten by sharks or drown. He did escape. You know, it's a great movie. You have to see that movie. So wow, it's an amazing movie. So he did escape, and the rest is history. Of course, I think France finally abolished. No, I'm just bringing stuff up. I'm not remodeling my Radio Shack. I'm just bringing stuff up. It's just stuff I have to bring up from the basement. Old computers and all that. I have to fill up these shelving here. So yeah, so it's a fascinating movie for Papillon. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Papillon. And I think they made another remake of that movie. Papillon. Oh yeah, they made a 2017 movie about it too. So I don't remember seeing the new movie. But the original one is pretty good. The one with Steve McQueen. Anyway, so that's the movie. That's the name of the movie. Papillon. So yeah, so this happened in 1931. Yeah, okay. The IMDb. Let me go to IMDb.